For more on the disaster relief efforts, we're now joined by Siyabonga Hlatshwayo of the KwaZulu-Natal South African Red Cross Society. A very good evening to you, Siyabonga. Thank you so much for your time. KwaZulu-Natal provincial government saying that it's too financially constrained at the moment to assist. Of course, this points to the impact of these fires and the impact of the recent climate issues which have affected residents in those communities. How are you assisting?
Good evening to you and the viewers at home. Yes, we've been activated throughout the incidents that we've been witnessing in the province, and we are all really quite overstretched as we have been witnessing almost monthly. Now we are seeing some disastrous incidents, and this during this, especially in July, we've seen more incidents, especially the fire incidents. These incidents are actually happening at a time when we are still trying to even provide relief to many communities that were affected by most of the floods in the past couple of months.
And what are some of the big challenges as you assess and take stock of these incidents, as well as the backlog that comes between some assisting some and perhaps not even managing to assist others?
Sometimes there are situations, or there are some areas that just as you are trying to organize and mobilize resources to support them, they just get affected by another incident that just follows, just as they are trying to recover and just as you are trying to assist them, then there is another incident. And also the frequency of incidents that are happening in the province. Because when you're speaking of disaster management and provision of relief, it's not just a matter of just coming in, giving people food and other relief items, and then you just leave them. But it's a process where you look into, you start from the time they were affected to a point in the day where they are actually recovered, even supporting them psychologically and ensuring that they're in a better state of mind to recover and be able to continue with life on their own. If possible, you even provide support in terms of recovery on their livelihoods, creating projects that will ensure that they are able even to generate income for themselves or even the community as a whole.
As you talk about that level of assistance and the process that comes with it, what are some of the encounters you found with your interactions with residents and communities on the ground?
Well, there is a panic in the communities because, as I was saying, the frequency of the incidents, people are seeing things that they've never seen before. You're looking at the coming season, summer season. It's a season that is going to be having quite a lot of rain. And the communities are panicking, looking into the incidents that they've seen in the past, looking into what happened in April 2022, last year, in December to January, in the side of the Ladysmith side here in KZN and some part of other provinces. So communities are in panic, and in a way, there is a way of trying to ask for permanent solutions, ask for solutions that actually, like they're getting impatient a bit, looking into how they are also feeling very vulnerable to incidents.
And in terms of the preparation process, I mean, having experienced the impact of bad climate over back-to-back incidents, what sort of solutions are coming to the fore? Are communities talking about moving or being placed in different places? What is the talk in terms of trying to figure out some contingency measures?
Yes, the conversations are taking place, but the conversations are quite broader because when you look into relocation of communities, there are quite a number of issues that you need to consider. Looking into many people move to certain areas for income generation, for job opportunities and all of that. Yeah. So as you are considering relocating them, we also need to consider those issues as to why really are they in those locations. But the conversations are taking place, but also there are measures taking place on the disaster management side where we're looking into engaging with communities, raising awarenesses in communities, educating communities about what they are exposed to, the risks that they are vulnerable to, and how they can ensure that they are able to prevent and minimize impact of any incidents that might happen. There are disaster risk reduction projects that are taking place. We are always seeing South African Weather Services sharing messages that are actually disseminated to communities to raise awarenesses well in time before we are seeing incidents. So those are measures, and the coordination of NGOs and partners, joint operation committees that are actually coordinating support to communities and ensuring that communities get awarenesses well in time before the incidents would happen.
And what are the losses as some families count? I mean, I know loss of life, of course, is one really a factor that cannot be ignored, but some of the other losses that families are dealing with at such a time.
Yes, the most serious, the most loss are the losses of lives, their properties as well. Most people usually are left homeless, and some people it's quite difficult even to recover from that, where you have to rebuild your home. So those are the losses. Some people are even losing their livestock and all of that. So it's quite a challenge to recover from such incidents.
As the province of KwaZulu-Natal says it's too financially constrained to assist, what other ways do you think that the province can assist if not financially?
Well, I think to make appeals from what I witnessed in April 2022 was that assistance was able to be brought into communities because many people came in and contributed in supporting those that were affected. So I think it's to make appeals to the public to join hands and contribute towards the relief to be provided to the people that are affected. That is one of the ways that we can be able to support those that are affected. Also, us as the NGOs, we are trying by all means to mobilize resources, bring them in, and we are coordinated by government. We have our International Federation of the Red Cross that is always supporting us during disaster response. We have got the International Committee of the Red Cross that is also always supporting us whenever there are incidents. So we are trying by all means to play our role as organizations as well as the Red Cross Society.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us this evening. Of course, that's where we leave it with Siyabonga Hlatshwayo of the KwaZulu-Natal South African Red Cross Society, speaking about the impact of the climate change, the tragedy that has unfolded, and of course some of the needs of those who have been left destitute.